take a look at one stock which is falling very sharply in trade today, but has recovered ground ever since the clarification from the management came in. We're talking about Just Dial. Just Dial has just moments back clarified on the exchanges that the reports of security breach and data breach are actually not correct. There were some reports coming in. Now we have the management also joining in right now to talk more about it. So first of all, can you help us understand, were you contacted by this independent security researcher which is claiming that there is a massive data breach at the company level and user information of over 100 million users actually is in public domain? Who is this person and have you been contacted about it?
Hi. Firstly, just to clarify, there has been gross misreporting in media about this whole issue. I would categorically deny this particular information that there was any data breach of 100 million users, etc. that happened at our platform. All the data is very much secure and all data is protected as per best practices. Now, coming to this particular issue in hand, what exactly happened was that for the older versions of our apps, which today cater to only a small fraction of users, there were certain APIs which were able to give out basic user details if a particular mobile number was entered. Those details also did not contain any of the financial or any password related sensitive information. The current version of the apps, they are completely secure. Even for these older version of apps, the APIs that are being talked about, those also have been fixed at this point of time. So this particular information that data breach happened for 100 million users, they are available in public domain, that is completely wrong, and I would urge media to refrain from spreading such false information.
Abhishek, you're right, and let me also tell you that this report is coming by a website called Inc42, and there is a independent security researcher, Rajshekhar Rajharia, who's allegedly raising this particular point. We are not raising this point. We are just helping you elevate those concerns. So you agree that there is some part of your system was vulnerable and there was some older app which now you have fixed it, right?
Okay. See, even if you read that particular article in detail, the findings of that particular researcher clearly indicate that, okay, this is one particular mobile number, they were able to see certain basic details. That researcher has not stated that such particular massive, huge amount of data breach, etc. has happened. So it's like a mountain being made out of a molehill. That is all I can say at this point of time. Even that particular small vulnerability that existed, we have addressed it as of now.
That formed very small part of your overall number. How insignificant was it? Can you share with us?
See, that particular today, both the iOS and the Android apps, majority of our users are already on our current version of the apps. The Android app was released sometime both apps were released sometime in March this year.
Right. Sure, I get your point, but just, coming back on the point that this independent researcher has tried to contact you, but there was, no revert from them. He tried to bring it to your notice that this vulnerability exists. Is that true? Have you been contacted regarding this? Otherwise, you would have fixed it earlier.
No, okay. We have connected with this particular researcher. At the same time, we were in knowledge of this particular vulnerability, and we had already identified that this particular vulnerability in any case was restricted to very small proportion of our users on those particular older apps. But as I mentioned, at this point of time, we have engaged with this particular researcher for any findings they have. And whatever findings are there, we have taken corrective steps accordingly. Apart from that, on our own, while we do regular audits in place, we have initiated an independent tech audit as well to identify any gaps, if at all they are.
Finally, you are just telling all your shareholders that there is no business risk because of this point which has been raised.
Absolutely no business risk. More than shareholders, to all the users, I can categorically say that none of their particular information or data that exists with Just Dial is at any risk. We have 135 million plus unique users on a quarterly basis, and we take security and data related items as utmost priority. So users as well as all stakeholders can be rest assured that no such particular data breach has happened.
All right, Abhishek, we'll let you go on that one. Thank you very much for that clarification. Some amount of recovery, relief recovery coming in, but still the stock is trading nervous. Let's see how the clarifications made so far by the company settle in that particular stock.
Exactly. The stock is recovering from days low after ET Now exclusive interview with the management clarifying that there has been no data breach of any of the customer data. All of them is protected and secure.